Thank you for joining us, everyone. Today, we're joined by Khalil Alleyne from the Eureka men's soccer program. How are you doing this afternoon, Khalil?
I'm doing fine. Glad to be here, Brian. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Well, it's kind of a privilege to talk to you. You're the reigning SLIAC men's soccer player of the week. Can you talk a little bit about that? First of all, you had two goals last week, including a game winner, helping your team to one win and two ties on the week. What was your week like last week, and then finding out Monday about earning that honor for Eureka?
Well, firstly, I mean, it's a privilege and an honor to win that award. Uh, the week before was probably the worst start I've had to a college season. So to bounce back and be, like the offensive player of the week to win an award that I've never won before was hard to put into words. For me, it's more about the team's results and my results. So as long as we're getting those results, I'm happy. But I was glad to be able to contribute to those, especially with the two goals. Being able to bounce back, like I said, after such bad performances. My coach didn't think they were too bad, but when you set goals for yourself and you
Yeah.
don't hit them, it does, knock your confidence a bit. So that two-goal game definitely did help, and I think it gave me the confidence to go on and push myself through the weekend. We were able to get two really good draws out of the games that we played against some really good opponents.
Yeah, and a couple things there that you mentioned that really caught my attention. Bouncing back and team results. You joined the program last year. Talk about bouncing back and team results. The program made its first ever postseason tournament, the SLIAC tournament last year, in your first year with the program. This year, you guys are off to a 2-1-2 start to the season. What led you to Eureka, coming into the program, and what's it like to be part of a program that's really building and on the upswing?
Well, firstly, I was at Lincoln College first, and they closed down. And when I was at Lincoln College, we were an underdog team, and I happened to go to the tournament in my freshman year, the postseason tournament, and then we went on to the national tournament. And when we closed down, I talked to a bunch of different coaches who all had different visions, and then I talked to Coach Ryan, and he was open with me. He was like, "We're not the team that you probably would want to sign for." But he's like, if you commit to my school, like we'll definitely get results within the year or two. And we had a lot more conversations. I trusted his vision. And I mean, wherever I went, I knew that I was going to work hard. So coming here, I knew it was just another challenge and one that I thought that I'd be able to grow a lot more from. So ultimately, that led to me committing here. And on my visit, actually, the people that were here just on the institutional side, one person in particular, Susan Bresno, when I came, she is the dean of admissions, or assistant dean of admissions, rather. And she stayed until 7 p.m. to ensure that I felt welcome at the school. So to me, that like with the coaching staff and then the people on the institutional side that are just that committed, it was a no-brainer for me.
That sounds great. Can you talk a little bit more about Coach Woodside there? Last year was his first season as well, taking over the program. Just talk about the kind of the team bonding, the kind of attitude change that he's bringing into that program that has everyone so excited.
Well, firstly, when he came, he was able to get everybody else to buy into his vision just like I did. And we've created something called the team basis, where it's much more than just the results we get on the field, but more so how we're doing as people. And, positive impacts in your life could influence your positive impact on the field. And we created this thing called the team basis, where we put our visions not just for the games or the season, but for the program in general when we're gone and or having kids and whatever 10, 15, 20 years down the road, where we would want to see the program go, and compiled it into maybe 10, 15 pages. And we basically live by the team basis. We put things in there that are inflexible and that we believe that we have to hold ourselves to. And there are a lot of things that in there that cause us as individuals to be held to a higher standard. And I think for a coach to come in and have that sort of impact, not just on the field, but in the athletes' lives, it's amazing. I mean, I think that's why he sees results so quickly, because it's more than just about the soccer to him. It's about how you're doing as a person. And to me, I have absolutely no issue going out and giving 100% every day for a coach that cares about me like that.
And that's great to hear because sports, it is more than sports, right? Sports gives us that avenue to build character off the field. It gives us a way to kind of hold ourselves accountable, to really push ourselves. What was it about soccer? I'm guessing you grew up, being a soccer fan. What is it about the sport of soccer or football that you like so much?
Well, I mean, originally I'm from a tiny country called Trinidad, and well, Trinidad and Tobago. And on my island, Trinidad, is what keeps us out of trouble. It's like every parent would put their kid into a soccer or football program after school. And my dad started me when I was about 3, and he'd come to my games. He'd, like he'd just be supportive. And then when I was older, he let me know that like it was more than just about the game. It's about the friendships, those things, and ultimately, like anywhere I've gone in my life, like soccer is what brought me to college. So it's just like the game that keeps on giving to me. So like I'm forever grateful to the game. It just has that ability to take people of different nationalities, different races, ethnic backgrounds, religious beliefs, and just bring them together for a common purpose. And to me, like it's amazing, especially just to like be able to go to college and play the game that way.
Sure. Um, we've covered Eureka, we've covered soccer a little bit. Let's get to know Khalil a little more. What's your major? What's your goals after graduation? Kind of those plans that you talked about. Coach White said having you write those down. What are your goals and dreams?
Well, for me, my current major is environmental science, but I was always a student that liked to learn as much as I could. So I threw on a chemistry major, a criminal justice major, and a biology, sorry, minor, my bad. Chemistry minor, criminal justice minor, and biology minor, along with my major, just because I felt like those were disciplines that would aid me um in just like general knowledge and helping with like whatever field I may go into. I'm not 100% sure about what I want to do when I graduate. I have some ideas. Uh, I was thinking about going into law. I have an aunt, a really close family friend who's a magistrate, and she's had such an impact on my life. So I thought about law, I thought about just environmental science, maybe be an environmental engineer, things like that. So I'm not sure where I want to go, but I know that like wherever I'd go, like I'd be happy once it's within the field of what I studied.
Well, I mean, you covered your bases pretty well there, picking up all those majors and minors. So I think you're going to be successful no matter what. My final
I
question
appreciate it.
before we go, I have to ask this. I like to travel. Tell me a little bit about Trinidad, and the differences between Trinidad and the middle of Illinois.
Well, it's vastly different. I grew up as a kid that, well, my family, we're a lot. Oh, there are a lot of people. We're a lot different to your common Midwest family in that we are like, oh, my country just there's a lot of dense rainforest, and we were always like in the rainforest. We'd just be in there, swimming in rivers, climbing trees, eating fruits, and there is not much rainforest. Well, I don't think there's any rainforest in Illinois. But it's just, from just like the visual aspect is a lot different. You see a lot of cornfields here. Home is a lot of less green. But I think the people are very similar. At home, the food's different, things like that. But to me, what makes a place a home is the people. And at home, everybody's welcoming. And in Illinois, like I can't say I don't feel at home here. Like the people, and not just the people at the schools, but the people you'd meet at the supermarkets, at the churches, wherever, they're extremely welcoming. And funny enough, I'm married. I found my wife here, well, at Lincoln, but in Illinois, and her family, they're just so warm, so welcoming to open up to somebody that's from a foreign country. Language it sounds different. Food is different. Customs are different. Just to extend open arms to me, yeah, Illinois is a home away from home for sure.
That's good to hear. Well, from rainforests to cornfields, it's been a pleasure getting to know you a little, Khalil. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the season and in the future. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Brian. You have a great day.